Welcome to today's episode of Top 10 Film Set Feuds, behind-the-scenes conflicts in the movie industry, delves into 10 notable instances of on-set conflicts and disputes between filmmakers, actors, and crew members. The incidents range from heated arguments and disagreements to physical altercations, providing insight into the challenges and tensions that can arise during productions of films. This explores notable conflicts between actors and directors in the history of Hollywood. The film industry being, high stakes, they often see tension arise due to the artistic differences, working conditions, or clashed egos. So let's dive into 10 instances where such feuds garnered attention. Filmmaking is a very expensive industry. Like I said previously, there's egos involved, artistic decisions you might not agree with. You're working really long hours. They're usually, 14, 16-hour days sometimes for months on end. And if you're an actor, maybe you have to go to really deep emotional depths that might cause some loss of temper. Or if you're a director, there's, like I said, lots of money on the line and production studio pressure as well. So it's no surprise that there's eventually going to lead to conflicts. Starting off with number 10, Anthony Daniels and Kenny Baker from Star Wars. Daniels and Baker, who portrayed C-3PO and R2-D2, respectively, had a strained relationship. Barker claimed Daniels was deliberately unpleasant, leading to ongoing conflicts on and off the set. The timeless saga of Star Wars has not only captivated audience with its intergalactic battles, but has also woven a tapestry of rumors and speculation around the off-screen dynamic of its iconic actors. In the spotlight today are Anthony Daniels and Kenny Baker. The question that has lingered for years: did they genuinely harbor animosity towards each other? In the realm of Star Wars gossip, the alleged disdain between Daniels and Baker had persisted for decades. As fans immersed themselves in the sci-fi universe, whispers of real-life feuds between the actors were portrayed, and the bickering droid pair became as much a part of the narrative as the epic battles fought on screen. Baker claimed that while there wasn't a full-blown feud, the actors didn't particularly enjoy each other's company. Face-to-face interactions while filming were scarce, considering the actors, were encased in these metal suits. Obviously, they still had lots of scenes together, but they've got, these costumes to hide behind, and offset communication was minimal, contributing to the assumption of a mutual aversion. In 2015, Daniels disclosed that he hadn't communicated with Baker in years and opted not to comment on the latter's remarks. When Baker passed away in 2016, Daniels expressed condolences but offered no emotional sentiment, leaving fans to interpret the silence. Hate might be too strong of a word to describe their relationship, as Baker himself suggested. According to him, it was more about the lack of affinity for each other's company. While the actors may not have been friends, their on-screen chemistry remained untarnished. Regardless of their off-screen dynamics, the heartwarming relationship between C-3PO and R2-D2 remains a cornerstone of Star Wars lore. They are iconic characters. I love R2-D2. His happy sound is one of my, phone notifications. It's just, I can't picture, it's like Batman and Robin almost. Like, it's such an iconic duo, and to think that there was maybe some animosity behind the scenes, you would never know watching the series, which I think is just speaks to their professionalism. While the real-life interactions may not have mirrored the camaraderie of C-3PO and R2-D2, the enduring legacy of Star Wars is a testament to the captivating storytelling that transcends the boundaries of the scene. In the vast galaxy of rumors, the one thing remains certain: the Force binds us all, both in fiction and reality. Number 9, Bette Davis and Joan Crawford, particularly the film What Happened to Betty Jane, the 1962 film. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Crawford's difficult nature and Betty's claim to Crawford refusing to share the stage created tension. The feud continued post-production, with Crawford allegedly upstaging Davis at the Oscars. In the heyday of Hollywood, Bette Davis and Joan Crawford were luminaries, reigning their bravery, fiery personalities, and distinct artistic prowess. Crawford, the savvy businesswoman, sculpted her image to embody the modern woman. Meanwhile, Davis, hailed in her acting prowess, became the first to receive 10 Academy Award nominations, a testament to her captivating presence on screen. As both actresses navigated the competitive landscape of Hollywood, their careers intertwined in a clash fueled by professional jealousy, industry dynamics, and society expectations. The shift in dynamics occurred when Crawford, transitioning from MGM to Warner Brothers in 1943, pitted them directly against each other for coveted roles. Crawford's Oscar win for Mildred Pierce in 1945, a role originally declined by Davis, further intensified their rivalry. Despite their venomous exchanges in the press, both women continued to produce exceptional performances, tackling societal bias against aging actresses in the process. The turning point arrived with the release of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane in 1962, marking the birth of this hagsploitation genre. Behind the scenes, their bitter history manifested into petty antics, adding a layer of metadrama to the film. Coca-Cola machines, strategically placed rocks, and calculated on-screen confrontations were all part of the orchestrated chaos. Remarkably, despite their personal conflicts, Davis and Crawford proved to be total professionals, delivering powerful performances that revitalized their career. Davis has expressed gratitude to Crawford for the opportunity to play Baby Jane Hudson, her character in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, and you could almost make the argument that maybe they were better performers because they were so invested in fueling each other and trying to one-up each other that they were able to bring in such a stellar performance. Their complex relationship, a blend of rivalry and mutual understanding, challenges the simplistic narrative of two arch-enemies. Candid photographs from the set reveal moments of shared laughter, offering a glimpse into the humanity that often eludes the sensationalized accounts of their feud. In the end, as Crawford passed away in 1977, Davis allegedly delivered a final quip: "Joan Crawford is dead. Good." However, beyond the snarky soundbite lies a more intricate story, one that explores the social pressures on women in the entertainment industry, the pitfalls of aging in Hollywood, and the enduring value of artistic resilience. Number 8, Joel Schumacher and the cast of Batman Forever, the 1995 film. Schumacher had conflicts with Val Kilmer, describing him as childish and impossible. Tommy Lee Jones reportedly had a strained relationship with Jim Carrey, expressing his dislike for Carrey as well. In the realm of cinema, the on-set dynamics between directors and actors have been combustible, of egos clashing in artistic divergence. The clash between Joel Schumacher and Val Kilmer during the making of Batman Forever in 1995 stands as a testament to the inherent conflict between the directional vision and the actor's temperament. Enter Val Kilmer, whose collaboration with Joel Schumacher from Batman Forever became a clash of titans. At the cusp of a tumultuous period in his life, Kilmer, embroiled in a messy divorce, became the embodiment of a difficult actor. Schumacher, an unwavering auteur, clashed with Kilmer's notorious reputation, a clash akin to an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. Kilmer's on-set behavior during Batman Forever was a prelude to the legendary tales that would surround him during the filming of The Island of Dr. Moreau. Reports of burning cameramen with cigarettes added to the lore. Even before Batman Forever, Schumacher had heard all the horror stories about Kilmer's treatment of those beneath him on set. Still, he chose to hire him, a decision that leads to a clash of epic proportions. Schumacher, looking back, claimed Kilmer as childish and impossible. The breaking point came when a physical altercation ensued, with Schumacher forced to confront Kilmer's irrational and ballistic behavior. The director drew a line, telling Kilmer that if such behavior would not be tolerated. The aftermath? 2 weeks of blissful silence, highlighting the relief of a temporary reprieve. Amidst the tumultuous clash, another feud simmered beneath the surface. The infamous spat between Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey. Schumacher found himself displeased with Jones's attitude towards Carrey, adding another layer of discord to the set. The legacy of Batman Forever remains tinged with tumultuous behind-the-scenes drama, forever etched in Hollywood lore. Number 7, Steven Spielberg, Julia Roberts in Hook, 1991. Hollywood, a labyrinth of egos and creative clashes, often conceals the untold stories of feuds that shape the industry. One such saga unfolded during the making of Steven Spielberg's 1991 hit Hook, where the acclaimed director found himself at odds with the legendary leading lady, Julia Roberts. The specifics of the Spielberg-Roberts dispute remain veiled in mystery until both parties decide to shed light on the tumultuous filming of Hook. Julia Roberts, rising from her breakout role through the underrated 1988 film Mystic Pizza, catapulted to stardom as the leading lady in the 1990 romantic comedy Pretty Woman. A year after her iconic role in Pretty Woman, Roberts found herself cast as Tinkerbell in Spielberg's Hook, a sequel to J.M. Barrie's 1911 classic Peter and Wendy. The film delved into Peter Pan's adult life and Robin Williams portraying the lead role of Peter Banning. Featuring star-studded performances, Hook also included appearances by Dustin Hoffman as Captain Hook and Maggie Smith as Granny Wendy. The film was a nostalgic journey through Neverland, chronicling the kidnapping and rescue of Peter's children. However, the on-screen camaraderie stood in stark contrast to the behind-the-scenes tension that marred the production. Dubbed Tinker Hell by the crew, Julia Roberts faced accusations of disruptive behavior during the filming of Hook. At the tender age of 23, engaged to actor Kiefer Sutherland, Roberts found herself entangled in a personal drama that spilled onto the set. The revelation of Sutherland's alleged infidelity with an exotic dancer added fuel to the fire. The storm escalated when Roberts herself was accused of cheating on Sutherland with his best friend just days before their wedding. This personal turmoil manifested in Roberts' on-set demeanor, earning her a reputation for challenging behavior. Even Spielberg, who had just returned from directing hiatus Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, acknowledged the difficulty of Roberts' situation. In an interview on 60 Minutes, Spielberg described it as an unfortunate time to work with Roberts, but praised her professional performance. Despite Spielberg's acknowledgement of Roberts' acting prowess, he expressed hesitancy about working with her again. The aftermath of this revelation left Roberts hurt, as she revealed in an interview with Vanity Fair, balancing the demands of a movie shoot with a personal upheaval proved to be an immense challenge for the actress. The echoes of the Spielberg-Roberts feud lingered long after Hook wrapped. Despite positive sentiments from some cast members, such as Dante Brosco, who played Rufio, Roberts couldn't escape the shadow of Spielberg's reservations. The extent of their current relationship remains unknown, leaving fans to speculate about the lingering tensions between the acclaimed director and the talented actress. Number 5. Shelley Duvall and Stanley Kubrick in the 1980 horror classic The Shining. Duvall and Kubrick had several disagreements about the script and character portrayals. Kubrick's demanding approach, including 127 takes for a single scene. Kubrick's rigorous approach to elicit authenticity from Duvall created a challenging and isolating experience. Duvall publicly expressed her difficulties facing the filming during The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's cinematic rendition of Stephen King's The Shining is hailed as a pinnacle of horror history, yet the unsettling tales behind the scenes, particularly Shelley Duvall's traumatic experience, paint a darker picture. Jack Torrance, portrayed by Jack Nicholson, became the caretaker of the isolated Overlook Hotel, setting the stage for a psychological horror masterpiece. Kubrick, known for his perfectionism, embarked on the film with relentless pursuit of cinematic excellence. The production, however, unfolded as an arduous task, with Kubrick's demanding nature and insisting on multiple takes, creating an atmosphere of tension. Actors, including Jack Nicholson, were subjected to particular methods to evoke desired performances, such as feeding Nicholson loathed cheese sandwiches for weeks to enhance his madness. Amid the Hollywood whispers of on-set eccentricities, the darkest secrets involved Shelley Duvall, cast as Jack Torrance's wife, Wendy. Stephen King criticized Kubrick's adaptation, particularly the portrayal of Wendy, deeming it misogynistic departure from his literary creation. Duval, the scream queen of the film, endured psychological and emotional torture throughout the shooting process. Duval, now withdrawn from the limelight, revealed the toll her role took on her well-being. Kubrick's relentless pursuit of perfection led to scenes shot over 30 times, pushing Duval to the brink of exhaustion. The intense emotional and physical demands required her to induce constant panic, resorting to listening to sad songs and reliving unhappy memories between takes. The role became a taxing emotional endeavor for Duval, who found it laborious to meet the scheduling demands for constant tears. Even co-star Jack Nicholson acknowledged the challenge, expressing disbelief at how she coped. Kubrick's treatment of Duval was characterized as unnecessarily hard, cruel, and abusive during the shooting schedule. Despite the onset hardship, Duval refrained from harboring ill will towards Kubrick, citing his warmth and friendliness behind the scenes. Kubrick's daughter Vivian collaborated the tyrannical approach, recounting how he instructed the crew not to show sympathy for Duval. The pinnacle of Duval's ordeal came during the baseball scene, requiring an unprecedented 127 takes. The toll on her physical and mental health was evident. With a hoarse throat, wounded hands, and severe dehydration, the primal scream therapy and Kubrick's unyielding approach became a torment for Duval. The legacy of The Shining remains intact as a cinematic masterpiece exploring trauma and psychological horror. However, the shadows cast behind the scenes, particularly on a young and thriving actress, underscore the collateral damage often overlooked in the pursuit of cinematic brilliance. Number 4, Tony Kaye and Edward Norton, American History X. Norton's involvement in the editing led to disputes with director Tony Kaye. Kaye's resentment resulted in bizarre behavior and an attempt to disassociate from the film. In David Fincher's 1998 violent drama featuring Edward Norton as Derek, navigating his brother away from the perilous path, despite accolades for Kaye's directorial choices and Norton's Oscar-worthy performance, the film bears the scars of a tumultuous history with Kaye, at one point disowning his own creation. However, the narrative takes a twist when exploring why Tony Kaye disassociated himself from the very opus that catapulted him into the subsequent directional ventures in the award-winning Adrian Brody drama Detachment in 2011. The crux of the matter traces back to the editing room, where the clash between artists and the studio demands unfurled. New Line Cinema's insistence on additional edits compelled Kaye to reluctantly pare down his creation. In his plea for Kubrick-esque autonomy, Kaye found an unexpected ally in Norton, who joined forces to sculpt the revised version. The studio, eager to salvage the film's potential success, presented the new cut to test audiences, garnering positive responses. A pleased New Line Cinema urged Kaye to embrace this version, but the director, dissatisfied with the alterations, found it wildly different from his original version. The addition of a new 18 minutes became the bone of contention. Frustrated, Kaye was granted 8 more weeks to resubmit a modified cut, and during this interlude he vented with displeasure, invested $100,000 in Hollywood press ads where he openly criticized Norton's behind-the-scenes action. As the 8-week ultimatum elapsed, Kaye's reluctance persisted. The studio, left with no alternatives, announced the release of Norton's cut. In a fiery response, Kaye attempted to distance himself from the film, striving to remove his name from the credits. He even resorted to submitting various pseudonyms, including the whimsical Humpty Dumpty. In a last-ditch effort, a $200 million lawsuit against New Line Cinema discouraged Kaye's desperation to reclaim creative control. The rift resulted in Kaye officially disowning the film. Over the years, perspectives shift. Kaye, who refused to watch the film until 2007, acknowledged his ego's role in the tumultuous events. In a candid moment with the Chicago Tribune, he admitted fault, stating, "My ego got in the way. Whenever I can, I take the opportunity to apologize." Number 3, Alfred Hitchcock and Tippy Hedren in The Birds. Hitchcock's abuse of power, including harassment and bullying towards Tippy Hedren, came to light. The Me Too movement shed light on Hitchcock's mistreatment affecting Hedren's experience in the industry. In the sprawling landscape of Hollywood, icons are born and legends are made. However, behind the glitz and glamour hides the murkier side of the silver screen, a side that Tippy Hedren found herself entangled in with none other than the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock, the cinematic maestro, propelled Tippy Hedren into stardom with the captivating roles in The Birds and Marnie. Yet the silver screen's glow dimmed when Hedren resisted Hitchcock's inappropriate advances. Threatened with career obliteration, she stood firm, slamming the door on his coercion. During the filming of their cinematic ventures, Hitchcock's jealousy emerged like a phantom. In the back of a limousine, he lunged at Hedren, attempting an unwarranted kiss, a disturbing precursor to a narrative unraveling behind the scenes. Amidst the production of Marnie, Hitchcock's actions escalated. He solicited Hedren to touch him and spun romantic fantasies that left her recoiling. Post-Marnie, Hedren's exit was swift. "It was absolutely awful," she recalls, marking the end of her association with Hitchcock. Hitchcock, true to his threats, attempted to derail Hedren's career, maintaining contractual control while withholding significant projects. 3 years after Marnie, she resurfaced in a supporting role in Charlie Chaplin's A Countess from Hong Kong. However, the heights of The Birds eluded her. Silence was never an option for Hedren. She shared her experience privately with colleagues, and in 1983, her biographer, Donald Spoto, in her autobiography, Tippy, a memoir from 2016, she revisited the torment, refusing to let Hitchcock's abuse fade into the cinematic shadows. In Hollywood history, Tippy Hedren's story stands as a testament to resilience and the courage to confront the shadows that linger behind the silver screen. Number 2, Michael Bay and Megan Fox from Transformers. Fox's public criticism of Bay's directing style, compared him to Hitler, led to her replacement on the film. Fox later apologized, and the two collaborated on subsequent projects. In the grand spectacle of Hollywood, Megan Fox's debut, punctuated by explosive entrances and media fever in Michael Bay's Transformers, catapulted her into the global limelight. Despite a diverse career featuring roles in films like Jennifer's Body and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, her breakthrough performance in the 2007 action film remained unparalleled. As the sequels to Transformers unfolded, so did the discord between Fox and Bay. Their collaboration, initially marked by fanfare, started to sour, with the actress expressing discontent with the director's modus operandi even before Transformers: Dark of the Moon began filming. The escalating tension reached its climax after the release of the third film, when Bay, in a dramatic move, severed ties with Fox, releasing her from the fourth installment, Age of Extinction, despite her integral role to the series. When quizzed about her rapport with Bay in an interview with Wonderland magazine, Fox pulled no punches. She likened Bay to Napoleon, driven by desire to cultivate the infamous madman reputation. Venting her grievances about Bay's filmmaking style, Fox criticized his penchant for simplicity and accused him of misogynistic directorial approach. She recounted instances where his directive distilled into mere commands to be hot, and when seeking clarification, she claimed his response was, just be sexy. In a Hollywood landscape often lauded for its nuanced storytelling and character development, Bay's preference for explosions and glamour over substance became the focal point of Fox's discontent. Renowned for his bombastic cinematic approach, favoring chaos, gunfire, and aesthetically pleasing actors over intricate scripts and compelling characters, Michael Bay has continued his journey into the realm of cinema. Beyond the on-screen dynamics, the Transformers set was reportedly a hazardous work environment. The clash between authenticity and CGI in filming dangerous sequences amplified in the first Transformer movie paints a vivid picture of Bay's commitment to the realism, even at the cost of safety. Reports of washing Bay's car during an audition were debunked by Fox, emphasizing that she was never undressed or subjected to gratuitous exploitations. The controversy surrounding Fox's remarks resonates with critics of Bay's exploitative portrayal of women. Shia LaBeouf observed that Bay films women to appeal to a 16-year-old sexuality adds to another layer of discourse. Number 2, James Cameron and Josh Brolin, the Avatar sequels. While James Cameron's Avatar stands as the crowded monarch for box office success, his grand plan to unleash 4 sequels in the visually spectacular but thinly plotted saga has met a chorus of skepticism. Josh Brolin, it seems, echoes that skepticism. In a candid interview with Esquire, Brolin spilled the beans on his decision to snub the role in the upcoming Avatar sequels, and it appears Cameron wasn't thrilled about it. Brolin said, "If I don't want to do Avatar, I'm not going to do Avatar." He goes on to recount a less than pleasant aftermath with Cameron allegedly hurling some choice words his way, saying, "James Cameron's effing calling me this name and that name. Whatever. If James Cameron came to me and said, 'Hey man, why did you say that?' I'd go, because it happened." Why did he refuse these roles? Brolin, after reading the script, sensed a misalignment between promising narrative on paper and the eventual execution. He perceived the divergence, a cinematic path that didn't resonate with his creative instincts. The project didn't feel right, prompting him to walk away. In the ever-churning internet realm where Brolin's remarks were making waves, one can't help but imagine a poignant face-off between the actor and the renowned director. Nevertheless, Brolin seems unfazed by the absence of an invite to Cameron's blue-tinted cinematic universe. In the tumultuous world of Hollywood, where decisions shape destinies, Brolin's choice reflects a commitment of authenticity over commercial prowess. As he charts his course through the ever-evolving landscape of cinema, one thing is clear: Josh Brolin remains an actor who steers by the beat of his own creative drum. Finishing off the list at number 1, Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron from Mad Max Fury Road, the 2015 film. Mad Max Fury Road, a cinematic triumph, weaved its narrative through a complex web of challenges and triumphs, both on and off screen. In Kyle Bachman's riveting oral history, Blood, Sweat, and Chrome, the wild and true story of Mad Max Fury Road, the veil is lifted on the tumultuous journey of the film, exposing a feud that nearly derailed the Oscar-winning spectacle. Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, 2 acting powerhouses with different approaches to their craft, found themselves at the epicenter of this storm. As Kyle Bachman unveils in this exclusive excerpt, the bad blood between Theron and Hardy became a formidable obstacle during the production. The narrative didn't unfold smoothly. Pre-production whispers of animosity began to materialize, setting the stage of a tumultuous shoot. The tension escalated, reaching a point where the wives, characters in the film Mad Max Fury Road, openly expressed their displeasure. Hardy's alleged unprofessional conduct, including persistent lateness, causing extended waits on set, fueled the fiery dynamic. Theron's stand against Hardy's tardiness, where she remained poised for hours despite his delay, became a turning point. The clash culminated in a charged confrontation marked by Hardy's aggressive response to Theron's call for a financial penalty. The clash between Theron and Hardy transcended more artistic differences. It permeated the very air on set. The breaking point came when Theron, feeling the weight of frustration, demanded protection. Looking back, both Theron and Hardy have acknowledged the intensity of the situation. As Bachman's narrative unfolds, it becomes clear that the Theron-Hardy feud mirrored the characters they portrayed. In the crucible of creative chaos, the tension ultimately gave way to a strange harmony, resulting in a film that etched its mark on cinematic history. Mad Max Fury Road, despite the chaotic backdrop, garnered 6 Oscars in 2016 as the series ventures into the backstory of Furiosa, portrayed by Anya Taylor-Joy. The chaos of Theron and Hardy's tumultuous collaboration continues to resonate in cinematic history. So thank you so much for watching and sharing in this top 10 film set feuds. Let me know in the comments if there are other feuds you know of that you want me to cover, if you want to see more content like this. Filmmaking can be a very hot-tempered process. You need everything to go right. There's lots of pieces that can go wrong. So you're working really long days as well. There's lots of money on the line and, pressure. So it's no surprise that these things come up and that there's going to be conflict. But thank you so much for watching, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. The echoes of the Spielberg, Stanley Kubrick's, amid the Hollywood whispers of onset eccentricity, Kay's resentment resulted in bizarre behavior, over intricate Hardy's,